Hello, my friends. Thanks for tuning in today. So we're going to work on some candlesticks. I am the queen of buying candlesticks at the thrift store. I buy them every chance I can get, especially if they're a good price. So basically, I'm going to add a little bit of texture to these candlesticks. It's funny, I'm using yellow. It's not my color. It's not what I would normally use. But let me tell you this. I have some old paint that I'm trying to get rid of, and it's just a base coat, and you're never going to see it. So my advice to you is if you have colors that you don't use in your arsenal, use them as your texture coat. So what I did is I mixed some salt wash with some paint and kind of made it a cake brownie batter consistency. I am just stippling it on to my candlesticks so they have a texture. So basically the end result is going to be like a stone-like finish. And it really does help with paint adherence, especially to a slick surface, because when you add salt wash to paint, it really does dry super hard, kind of like concrete. So I grabbed some colors. I grabbed a red, rust, very warm pumpkin yellow color, and then I added some black. So I wanted to use a bright color because guess what? We're going to totally tone it down when we put black wax over the top. So I'm just taking my brush and in kind of a stipple motion, I am just dipping a little bit of red, a little bit of the yellow, a little bit of the orange, a little bit of black, and basically just kind of swirling it around my whole entire piece. I started out with a big brush, and then I realized I probably should use a smaller brush on these candlesticks. They're not that big. So I grabbed a smaller brush to add the accent of black. It's just a highlight. And then while the paint, the magic about this is you do it while the paint's wet. Pick coordinating colors. Okay, these colors all go really well together. Pick coordinating colors and you can never go wrong. So red, rust, I'd say it's not super yellow. It's more of a warm sunflower, pumpkin yellow, squash yellow. And then just kind of put them together. I wanted them to be a dark color. I'm going to use black wax to finish them off. There's a lot of little details in these candlesticks. And another thing I wanted to let you guys know too is when I do candlesticks, I don't do matching sets usually. When I go to the thrift store, I usually find one candlestick and maybe not another one. But sometimes, like in this case, you can see that these two are the same. And then the third one I'm going to throw in there is going to be totally different. You want to get them at different elevations, you know, a high, medium, and a low, so you can stair stuff them, and they're easier to decorate in your home decor. You also want to try to use three or five. You want to use them in odd numbers, and it always seems to look the best instead of two. Now, if you only have two candlesticks, you can also use two, but then put like a vase or a statue or something as your third item. But you kind of want to group things in odd numbers. It's really what looks best. So I am still doing just the stipple. I'm just dotting a little bit of paint. I'm not trying to overload my brush, and I'm just dotting it on there. Just going over. As you can see, the yellow's gone. So it didn't matter what my base coat was. So if you have throwaway paint that you don't like, or you don't use, get rid of it. Don't use your good paint. Just use it as your base, because with the salt wash, it dries just like concrete. And then, you know, it's perfect for that stuff. That's how I'm burning my paint. Like, I don't like this. It's a brand I no longer use, and I would never throw it away, but I can burn it up in projects like this. I do this all the time on furniture, on decoupage when I'm doing decoupage on cabinet doors or decoupage on furniture. One of the pieces I did was a super bright red. I didn't paint it bright red, but I used it as my base. So it's just my tip of the day for you guys. So just keep stippling and doing, and let this sucker dry, and finish all the candlesticks, and just keep painting, just adding a little color here and there. I don't want the black to be the star of it yet, but I just want it to kind of blend it in so it has kind of a deep smoldery kind of look. I'm going to do a separate video on the other set of 3 candlesticks I did, which are gray. So they'll be totally different colors, so you can see the contrast in those. And I'm sorry, I just realized it didn't turn on my light for this, so it's hard to see the colors I'm using. You guys, I'm learning every day when I do a YouTube video. Just know that I am in a working workshop. My store is open. I have customers coming in. I'm going back and forth. So I do apologize if audio gets messed up, if things aren't perfect. That's life, especially my life. So same thing with the third one, the second one, and as you can see, this is a totally different design than the first one. Just get all your paint really into those nooks and crannies so that you can hide that base coat. And if I missed any of the yellow, it will cover when you put the dark wax on. So even I did miss some spots, and it always covers with the dark wax. Another tip and trick is turn your candlesticks upside down, because when you're looking at them straight down, you miss the underneath of things. So a lot of times I'll paint it and then I'll flip it upside down. I'm like, oh wow, I really did miss a lot. So still using the 4 colors, the rust, the red, the sunflower yellow, and a bit of black to tie it together. Now my favorite creamy wax is the DIY wax. I love this stuff. It goes on super creamy. You just put it on with a brush. This is black. What I'm really trying to achieve in here is to get it into all those ridges. Every single ridge is going to settle in, and it's going to antique this candlestick in no time. So we're just going to paint over basically the wax, not paint, but wax over. I didn't put clear wax down first. I didn't really feel that I needed it. On this, I'm going to take a microfiber and I'm just going to wipe off the excess wax. What happens is the wax sits in the details. It is a huge before and after. I wish these would show better. It's really hard to get a good, when it's such a small item, right? To see all the details. Now on the bottom, you can't really see the details on it, right? Let's start putting the wax on, and then the details come to life. The great thing about wax is that it's what brings out the details of your items. Now there's a bunch of different paint companies that I carry. I will tell you that by far my favorite colored waxes are from DIY Paint. It's not my favorite paint, but it's my favorite wax. So, find the ones that work for you. Some waxes are a little bit heavier. This one I like it because it has it's super thin and, what's the word? It's kind of whipped. It kind of looks like a whipped wax. And so you put it on, it's really easy to wipe off. You don't have to fight it. It doesn't like dry super fast. It is an oil-based wax, so it's beautiful. It fills in all that texture. And here they are, they're done. So now they're staged on a dresser. And of course I don't have a light on it, so it's hard to see. They almost look black, but they are super dark. They're stunning. They look great with